In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you which print-on-demand products have actually made me the most profit in my own personal business. I'm going to be revealing which items have sold the most and give you my thoughts on each of these products, whether they would be a good thing for you to sell in your print-on-demand business or not. So stick around. All of the products I'm selling are ones that I've sold on my own Etsy store, but I also sell on places like Printify, Amazon, Redbubble, TeePublic, Zazzle, and more. So if you are on any of those sites, you could still take the same type of products and sell them on your own site. But I'm going to be showing you exactly what product sells the most for me. In my own print-on-demand business, I have integrated my Etsy account with Printify as my print production partner so that I can run my Etsy business almost completely passively. I receive the orders on Etsy, and since it's integrated, they do everything for me, everything from printing, shipping, packing, and I don't have to worry about any of that. If you haven't made an account on Printify or you've never heard of them before, I will have all their information linked down below, and they were kind enough to sponsor this video for us today. So let's head over to their site, and I'm going to be revealing exactly which products do the best for me time and time again. Now, the first product that does so well for me will not come as any surprise, and that is it is a crew neck t-shirt. Now, on Printify or any other site, there are so many different options when it comes to which t-shirt you can sell, and there are several things that you want to consider when picking the one, especially on your Etsy shop. Printify has so many different options when it comes to shirts. I've sold several different ones across the years, but the one that I always come back to and I have the best success with is actually the Bella and Canvas 3001 shirt. While it is a couple dollars more than just the Gildan standard shirt that they have as well, I find that the quality is just so much higher than anything else for that price point. For the shirt, I love that they have so many different color options and it feels super nice and soft, high quality. People really love this type of shirt. The manufacturing partner that I typically use is going to be Swift POD, but Monster Digital is also an option as well if Swift POD ever goes out of stock. I just find that Swift POD has a really good price point and they have so many different color options. So this is definitely the shirt that I recommend with, especially if you're just getting started on print on demand and are only thinking about selling shirts. You really cannot go wrong in an Etsy store selling this type of t-shirt. The next item that I have definitely sold way more than almost any other product is going to be a hooded sweatshirt. So I do sell a lot of crew neck sweatshirts in my shop, but even though I typically prefer that style of sweatshirt, hoodies always outsell those for me. So if you're kind of considering which one you should go for more, if you have to choose, I definitely would go for those hooded sweatshirts instead of crew necks, just because I find that those sell a little bit better for me. Now, the exact sweatshirt that I love and use is actually not the Bella and Canvas one like the t-shirt was. I really love selling the Gildan unisex hooded sweatshirt. It's the 18500. I just think you cannot beat the price point, and it's a really, really nice thick hoodie quality. I don't get any complaints about this at all. It's just very nice, what you would typically expect for a nice hoodie. And again, with this item, I really love using Swift POD if they have this in stock because they just have so many different colors. And the price point is really, really good at just a little over $20. On my Etsy store, I almost always price at $39.99. So even with all of the fees, you are still making a really healthy profit margin on each time you sell a hoodie. The next few products I'm going to share that outsell so many other products in my own print-on-demand businesses are probably going to surprise you. So keep watching. Now, this next item I sell a lot of on Etsy, but also on Merch by Amazon, where I sell a ton of other products. This type of product does super well for me, which I was really surprised about. When I first started my print-on-demand business, I was mainly focusing on t-shirts and sweatshirts, so I didn't put a lot of alternative products, but when I started implementing more of this type of item, I saw so many sales, which I was actually shocked by. And that is going to be a throw pillow. It's kind of funny to me that this is a really popular item, but in my own shop, I am selling these all the time, every single month. Now on Printify, the one that I typically use is their spun polyester square pillow. It is their generic brand, and there's only one manufacturer for this type of item, but they have a really good price and great quality. Throw pillows are super fun because you can do really unique patterns and designs, but Also, I've had a lot of success just taking some of my best-selling t-shirt designs on Etsy and then just making them in a square pillow format with just whatever the t-shirt says, putting that directly on the pillow, so it's not a lot of extra work for you. Now, if you haven't thought about doing these, especially in the summertime, I see these selling well kind of for outdoor furniture sets, or it just makes a nice gift for somebody that maybe you don't want to buy them a clothing item. But yes, I was super surprised that these sell very well for me, and you definitely should consider adding them to your shop too. And the next item that sells really, really well for me on all of my print on demand sites is actually going to be any kind of tote bag. This is a really popular item, and I think that it typically has a pretty low price point, so it makes a really, really nice gift for people. And kind of like I mentioned with those throw pillows, this is a great opportunity to just take the t-shirt designs you already have and put them just in a tote bag format, but you also can do things like make patterns or really unique tote bag designs. There are several different kinds of tote bags that they have on Printify. There's more of just that standard canvas tote, but there also is an all over print tote that I really like, and I find that I typically sell more of the all over print ones than just those canvas totes. For this one, there is also one manufacturer, and these, even without Printify Premium, start at just a little bit above $10, so you definitely can mark them up and make a good profit on this type of item. I typically sell my tote bags around the same price that I'm selling my t-shirts, but the tote is actually typically cheaper to purchase, so sometimes you end up making even more than you would selling a t-shirt. So tote bags is a great item to add. If you're not selling on Etsy, these do very well for me on Amazon and Redbubble as well. So definitely consider adding some tote bags. Now let's move on to that next item. Now this next item might not be as surprising to you that it's definitely a bestseller for me every single month, but when I started inventorying my sales and I saw how much this item actually sells, I was actually a little bit surprised. And that is a V-neck t-shirt. Now, personally, I always prefer wearing and selling those crew neck t-shirts. I just think they're more comfortable, they look better, but there are so many people that still only like to wear V-necks, so this is always a great option to have. Actually, when I had first started one of my shops, I didn't have any V-necks. I just thought they weren't that popular, and I actually got some requests that said, hey, I like your items, but I only wear V-neck shirts. Could you consider offering some of them in your shop? And since then, I've added some, and they've always done really, really well. They are outsold by the crew neck t-shirts, but definitely still up there with my most sold items. And the one that I really love on Printify is actually their Bella and Canvas 3005. Just like the 3001, it's really nice quality, it's unisex, but it's also a very good price point. They have a lot of different color options that I love. And the manufacturer that I typically go with, again, is going to be Swift POD. They seem to be my go-to unless they are out of stock, just because their price point is really good and they have very quick turnaround as well as lots of colors to choose from. So you just really can't go wrong with them. Now, to sell any of these items or to sell print on demand on Etsy, you definitely have to know how to integrate your Printify account with your Etsy account, which is super easy if you have a step-by-step walkthrough. That's why I've created this for you guys here that's going to take you through that whole process in a really easy way. You're definitely going to want to watch that to set up your own account and get started selling. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.